Yeah, so I have a few more words to say, and I want to talk a little bit about this country, the way that I know it. I know America to be a great country. I know America to be the country of brave men, a country of people who overcame a lot to be here. But I'm a black man, and when I think about all the time before 1965, if I had been in this country, I would have been a slave. And America has a story of slavery, but as big of a problem that it was, America overcame that. There were people that wanted to own slave, and there were people that wanted to free the slave, and so there was a war. There was a civil war, and at that time, Abraham Lincoln was the president, and he was able to free the slave after the war was over. So, but even after the slave were freed, there was still discrimination between 1865 and 1963. There was still segregation and discrimination in America. So if I had been in America between 1865 and 1963, I would not be permitted to eat in restaurants with white people, or go to the same swimming pool, or go to the same school with white people. There was still segregation and discrimination. If you think about that period of time between 1865 and 1963, you see that people were still deprived of their rights. And in 1863, 1963, there was the civil rights movement. We enjoy today the fruits of the civil rights movement was stopping discrimination. So today in America, officially, you cannot discriminate based on race, based on sex or national origin. But that wasn't always so. So there's people who have fought all this fight along for us to get to where we are right now. It's not something that was always given. And so today, we have a different fight in front of us. It's a fight of equal parenting. It's a fight for children who deserve to be with their parents, to actually have to exercise their rights. And it's not just the right for the father to be with their children, or their son, their daughters. It's also the right of those children. Those children deserve to be with their fathers and their mothers as well. It's a God-given right. I have a lot of trouble understanding
Yes. Thank you.
who can take that right away. I think it's something fundamental. It's something. It's something fundamental. It's something that comes from God. It's given by God. God designed that process to be that way. Having a child requires a man and a woman. Only one person is not able to do it. And I think that bringing up those children, it should be the responsibility of both as well. So I have a lot of problem understanding how a family court can step in, or even the government can step in and tell the father and mother that they can't they can see their children, or determine how much time they can see the father or the mother can see their children. I think it should be natural. And what we're asking, it's for equal. We're asking for equal parenting. We're asking 50-50 custody right out of the back, with no string attached. I think that's a fair thing to ask. I don't see why that's such a big problem. And I know that this will be achieved. All the fights have been won before. There's some other fights that have been fought in this country. I was just speaking about slavery, and I was speaking about civil rights. You know, everything that people didn't have before, but now they have. And we have those things now because the people that felt strong enough that they picked up the fight and fought for those things. And recently, we also saw gay people fight for their rights to marry whoever they want. It wasn't an easy fight for them, but they took it to the states, they took it to court, and they were able to get what they wanted. They got their rights. And so we're starting out. I just started this year, but Mark has been doing it for a few years now. It looks difficult, it looks impossible. There's people who are scared of it, but I think that it's quite winnable. We are going to put in the time and the energy and the resources that we have to fight this fight, and we hope that at the end of the day we will have what we want. So I want to talk next about a book that I've been reading. This book is called I'm forgetting the book. It's by Warren Farrell, and what's the title of it again? It's not Fathers and Child Reunion. The Boys Crisis. That book is called The Boys Crisis. And it's written by Dr. Warren Farrell. Actually, I know Dr. Farrell because a friend of mine introduced me to him 5 years ago when I was just starting getting involved in divorce. And I was very lucky to meet a friend of mine in the San Jose area who introduced me to Dr. Warren Farrell. So when I recently had the idea of pursuing equal parenting at the state and the federal level, I contacted him and to ask him about some advice, what he thought about it. And he was very happy that I was actually doing this. And he referred me to his newly book. He wrote this book, I think the book came out last year, in 2017. And this book, it's about the crisis. It's called The Boys Crisis. But it's really a crisis of fatherlessness. It's because boys today don't have a role model. Since in most custody cases, mother gets to keep the children, boys have nobody to lead them now, the way it used to be. And so, and this has grown up. This has reached a crisis level. And Dr. Warren Farrell wrote this book about it, and talks not only about the problems, but he also has solutions for those problems. And one of the solution is equal parenting. I don't remember exactly what chapter of the book or what page this is written in, but I'm sure if you get that book, you can read it yourself. He describes everything. I just started reading it, so I'm not through it. I think I finished like the first chapter. I need to read the rest of it. But he told me that in an email that he has all the data in that book to justify having equal parenting. And so I'm going to finish reading that book, so that I can understand myself how deeply the issues are. So I think that's all I have to say now. I am going to let Mark come and say something or play some music for you. Thank you.
Thank you, John.